Happy Monday, everybody. Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com. Welcome to the Road to Millions on this Monday, August 21st. We've got a great video. You're going to want to stick around. We're going into the betting lab. We're going to talk about some things that should help you on your bets today and a little bit later in the week. So we're going to cover that. We're also going to do Bankroll Reset Day, and we've got a couple weeks to catch up on. I was sick, so we didn't get a chance to do the Bankroll Reset last week. So we're going to get completely caught up, and I made a new chart that really shows how profitable the Road to Millions has been in 2023. You're definitely going to want to see that. And of course, we're going to do the streak of the day. This is a play that almost made our card and came up just a little bit short. So we've got a jam-packed show. Hope everyone's weekend went good. Let's get into it. And give us a little like and subscribe, guys, if you like the Road to Millions and you like the content that we've been putting out. We've had a incredible August. Just really excited to talk about that. So give us a like, subscribe, and drop us a comment. Let us know how your Road to Millions is going as well. Steve, let's just jump right into the betting lab. And I guess the cat's out of the bag. I thought I was going to trick you. I was like, I'm going to trick Steve with this trivia question. Who's the worst team in Major League Baseball the last 10 games? Since you're from Boston, I think you're very well aware whenever the Yankees are struggling.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
So you obviously have noticed this too. I guess, I don't follow the Yankees nearly as much as a lot of the baseball hardos do. What is going on with the Yankees? Do you know?
Well, I mean, obviously we're talking about them because of their 8-game losing streak, and their real problem is that they can't hit. I mean, if you look at these games, they have 12 runs in their last 6 games. And that's with scoring 5 last night, Wow. So they're not putting up a lot of runs, and this could fall right into our category of a great team to fade, because we know that they're a public team, so they could offer some really great value. Looking at their schedule coming up, they're playing at home next against the Nationals, but then they go on a long road trip at Tampa, at Detroit, and at Houston. Obviously, the Detroit series is not quite as appealing as the other two. But that could be a road trip where this team looks like they're waving the white flag right now. They just got swept by the Red Sox. Now they're completely out of the wild card. And I just don't see this is definitely a team to fade moving forward.
Potentially that Detroit series might be a good one to fade them in. You're never going to get a better price against a terrible Detroit team. I don't know, maybe unders or something. I don't know. But my gosh, the Yankees, a complete fade down the stretch. Who would have thunk it, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's the division is so brutal, man. It's just all of these teams are pretty much stacked coming into the season, and you look at it, and then the Rays, the Jays, they've really stepped up over the past couple seasons, and now the Orioles, they're sitting in first place. I'm hoping, obviously, as a Red Sox fan, that the Red Sox can sneak in there and get a wild card. And you are right about Detroit, because they've actually haven't been playing the worst. I think they've maybe won 6 of their last 10 games, which is pretty good for them. And like you said, it'll be great value because we could play them on the money line, maybe even get some plus money in some spots in that series as well.
Yeah, Yankees, listen, you don't need to go on Twitter and look too long to hear Yankees fans that the sky is falling. So they'll let you know.
Yeah, I think the Red Sox put the finishing touches on them with the sweep this weekend, and then they had gotten swept by Atlanta in the series prior, and they're just not scoring. It looks like they're just not scoring enough runs. They can't compete with scoring 12 runs across 6 games. You're not going to win many games.
Yeah, we just bet on Baltimore pretty big against Oakland. And I mean, just look at the runs that the Orioles put up. I mean, my God, you have to hit. You have to be able to put up runs against some of these offenses. Yankees not getting it done. You wanted to talk about unders on outs props. These are pitcher props. And this is something that you've noticed as the season is kind of winding down. You're looking at the teams that are going into the playoffs, and you're looking at the teams that are out of the playoffs and taking unders on the outs prop. So what have we noticed about this prop category?
So going down the stretch here, the contending teams are going to look to protect their starting pitchers for the postseason. And then you got the losing teams are going to look to protect their young arms for next season. And then on top of that, down the stretch, we're going to have September call-ups. And when that happens, there's going to be unlimited players for these managers to go to. The bullpen will be stacked with different arms to use. So this could be a spot here where we go under on some out props down the stretch here, where we get some higher numbers because they haven't adjusted yet based on these things. And the September call-ups is the big one. Once they go to the 40-man rosters, there'll be plenty of arms for the managers to call on, and we could see a lot of more outs under props would be some good spots down the stretch in September.
Yeah, I also think maybe some of these bigger name guys that like are on some of these teams, like Yankees. You got some of these bigger name pitchers that are out of it. Why would they want to stay in 8 innings, blow out their arm down the stretch in a losing effort? So
Yeah, I mean, we talk about a team like the Yankees. A guy like Garrett Cole. Why would they want to put extra innings on his arm? They're going to obviously have him keep playing down the stretch, but he's not. They don't want to have him pile up the innings and have a problem next season.
yeah, so we're looking at unders on outs props, and we'll try and point some of these situations out. Like Steve said, especially in September when we get these call ups, we might get some really nice numbers on the outs props. UFC for later this week. So over the weekend, UFC 292, it was all big favorites. I look like a dope and a genius in my UFC video. I said, well, not all the favorites are going to win. Well, 10 out of 12 did. One of the underdogs that did win was Sean O'Malley. I picked that right, but a lot of big favorites, and this was rare that all of the favorites won, especially on a pay-per-view and on the main card. So, I take that for what it was, because we were on a run where the underdogs on the main cards of pay-per-views were doing really well, but this one only the main event cashed on that one. The next event is UFC Singapore. This damn event starts at 5 a.m. Eastern time. 2 a.m. Pacific. So I will be doing Takedown Live. So if you want to join me.
Really?
I absolutely. So I'll get up, we'll watch the event, and then I'll probably go back and grab a nap. But yeah, so the reason I bring this up is you've got a lot of Asian fighters. You've got several coming off of the road to UFC, and the books maybe don't know these fighters, and the casual fans definitely don't know these fighters. We already have our MMA play of the week that is up. It is on this card. My article is already done. So I think it's a very bettable card. I'm enjoying this card immensely. I think there's a lot of props. So it starts super early. So make sure you get your bets in ASAP. It's $9 Monday. So if you want to grab the UFC play of the week, I'll update that pack with more plays because there's a PFL event as well. So we'll have PFL plays. So grab that. It's $9 Monday. But yeah, this UFC event, it's a little wonky and a little weird on paper. I like these events, and I think they're bettable. I'm more excited about this card than some of the other cards that we've had recently. So, and then someone was asking about soccer play. So soccer season is starting, and I wanted to address this. So most of our soccer plays involve parlays, and there's a lot of same game parlays. Because we have to wait until we know what the lineups are, some of those lineups are not coming out until maybe, a couple hours before the game starts. So what you can expect from soccer is Saturday morning, most of the plays are going to come out, and it's going to be within a few hours of when the game starts. So I know it's not awesome to put the plays in on Saturday morning, but when these bets keep cashing, Corbin is really, really good at soccer plays. He's been number one for a while on the leaderboards, and he did it again. He had a great weekend. So I know it stinks that they come out kind of early on Saturday morning, but they're worth it. So make sure you have your notifications on, that you're getting notified when the emails come through, but expect them to come out Saturday morning. And then if we have any plays on Sunday, I think he had one play on Sunday, so that play came out Sunday morning as well. We are trying to put them out as early as humanly possible, but we just got to wait for the lineups. So that's, we used a lot of shot props this over the weekend. So unfortunately, we just have to wait until the lineups come out. So we're doing our best to try and put them out as early as possible, but just be aware that when you have our full access and, year-long and 30-day clients, those are going to come out Saturday morning. So you just got to be prepared for them. So someone was asking about when do the soccer plays come out. That's the best we can do. So, All right. What next? I think we're going to try and do our bankroll reset day. So we had a really, really good one. And real quick, before we get into that, just what plays do we have up right now? We have our MLB play of the day, 24-12 in August. And Steve, we're increasing our lead on the number one winning percentage in 2023. August, one of our best months of MLB ever, right?
Yeah, we've been on fire, and we're on a nice 4-0 run right now. We hit our last 4 plays, 5 of our last 6, and like you said, 24-12 in August. You can't complain about that.
No, MLB has been a great source of profits for the month of August, actually for most of the year. So, I mean, number one winning percentage. So, we have an
Yeah,
NFL preseason play that is up tonight, and we mentioned the MMA pack. So, UFC and PFL is included in that, and preseason play is in play tonight. Let's see if we can start off the week with a couple units tonight with a preseason and MLB, where we just crossed 91 units for 2023. We're creeping up on 100 units. My gosh, and we're still in August. That would be amazing if we can get over 100 units for the year. So go grab those. It's $9 Monday, and we'll have a promo code here a little bit later. So, all right, let's do Bankroll Reset Day. So I have already kind of filled this out, but I can go back and show everybody how we did it. So we went back to August 9th, and if you remember, our bankroll was 1,120, and 1 unit equaled $11.20. So because I missed last week, and I do apologize for that, I'm feeling much better now, so we should be back on our normal schedule. I just put a note here that I was sick and I missed this week. So we're just going to start with our August 9th, and we accumulate the units. And we did 28.24 units in the last 2 weeks. Holy bleep. Our goal is 3% a week, and we absolutely crushed it. So this was one of those times where we were on a really nice run, and I just felt like we were seeing all the sports good. So there was really no reason to pull back. You know, sometimes we want to take the units and just run. But I thought we were seeing all the sports really, really good. So we had a lot of units to play with, and we thought, let's just keep going and let's try and have a huge couple of weeks. And we did. You know, we talk about minimizing the losses is one of the most important things, Road to Millions, but you also have to really take advantage of those big runs and when you're in the groove. And I think baseball is a perfect example of that, right?
yeah, we made the right call with the MLB. We, on over the weekend, we just kept on the gas pedal, and stuck to our plays. We didn't pull back because we felt good about our plays, and we were running hot. So we just rode that hot streak, and it worked out really well. We've won all those bets, so we're really happy about that.
All right, there's a couple things that we're going to adjust and change on the spreadsheet, and I'll show you how we're going to do so. I just want to do a little math here. So 11.2 times 28.24 equals $316. So we add $316 and we come up with 1,436. And Steve, look what happened. We are almost right back on pace on our road
Yes,
to
sir.
millions. So that was really, really exciting. So what we're going to do here is readjust and reset our unit. So now 1 unit equals $14.36. So for the next week, if we have a 2-unit play, we're obviously going to make it for $28 and call it 72 cents. And hopefully we can get maybe completely caught up or at least right on track, but really happy with that. So, okay, I mentioned that we are moving Bankroll Reset Day to Mondays. And in column C, if you remember, when we started this, if we go up to the very first cell, we started on a Wednesday. It was May 24th. We were doing Bankroll Reset Day on Wednesday, but it's getting ready to be football season, and Mondays work much better. So it's pretty easy to change the date. All you do is go to the first cell. Make sure you're going to the first cell, not any of these others. Go to the first cell, and let's just change the date to the 22nd, which is a Monday. And now all of the dates automatically update. And right here, August 21st, we are right back on track. So if you click on any other cell besides the first one, that's not going to work. So make sure you go to the first one and adjust the date. That way, we're on pace for Mondays. If you want to do a different day of the week, by all means. If you want to do Thursdays, just click on Thursday of your first day. But if you want to follow along with us on Mondays, that's how you do it. So we're updated here. Bankroll Reset Day is on Mondays, August 21st. Our bankroll is at 1,436. 1 unit for the next week is $14.36. And if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section below or just shoot me a DM. If you're new and you haven't seen the Road to Millions yet, go to June 26th on the WagerTalk channel. That's the original Road to Millions video. And it explains how everything works. Or if you just want to ask a question, I'm more than willing to help. So, all right, I mentioned the chart. I'm excited about the chart. And Steve's excited about the chart too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so one thing that we want to make sure that we explain is what the Road to Millions is. It's a program to help you increase your bankroll exponentially over a period of several years using the plays that we ourselves use for our own bankrolls. We use wagers and markets. The books aren't 100% dialed in with their numbers to take advantage. We look at our bankrolls like a stock portfolio. We look at our wagers like investing in stocks, but with better returns. The stock market is up 4.9% this year. We are up 91.8%. Actually, I checked this morning, Steve, 4.1%. We're up 91%. We bet all of our own plays, and you should as well. We got a promo code a little bit later for a 30-day pass if you want to jump in for us. Here's the chart. And this one, we're hoping really shows the difference between the stock market and the Road to Millions. So the blue is the Dow Jones. So we started at 0, and the Dow Jones is stayed around there, and right now it's at 4.1%. I think most investors would say 4.1. That's pretty good.
Take it.
We'll take it. No. We want much better returns. So this is our Road to Millions for 2023. So you see we had a blistering start to the year. We pull back a little bit, and we've shot back up again, and here we are. We are at 91.33%. So this is us. This is the Dow Jones, and this is the entire point of the Road to Millions, is that we think we can do much better than the stock market, and we are doing that. So I love this chart. We're going to be pulling this out every Bankroll Reset Day, just to kind of helps visually to see how much better it is. So I love the smirk on your face when you see that, Steve.
It's just mind blowing to look at it. Obviously, there's a lot more ebbs and flows to the Road to Millions, but look at the difference in the value. Obviously, you know what I mean. Like the Road to Millions is crushing. It's just when you look at that, it just drives home the point of how effective this will be.
Yeah, and even when we dipped down, we were still above 25%.
Yeah, still crushing them. Still just crushing them.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that, and hopefully that helps illustrate exactly what the Road to Millions is. So that was pretty fun. All right, we have to do our best bet and worst bet over the last couple weeks, and we've got a couple of them for you. Let's start with the worst bet. The Mariners. As good as baseball was, Steve hates the Seattle Mariners, and there was one loss in particular that drove Steve up the wall. I kind of threw my arms up, but Steve, you were very bothered by this one.
This one really hurt because it was one you gave up on. We're down 5-0 in the 8th inning, and it's just one that you completely had given up on. But then the Mariners stormed back. 4 runs in the 8th, 2 runs in the 9th. They're up. We're finally ahead. We're finally covering. And then the Royals just have this massive. Obviously, it always starts with a walk. That's the guaranteed recipe for a freaking disaster. And then the Royals just keep putting guys on base, putting guys around it, and then they win the game on a sacrifice bunt on top of it. The Mariners have been the hottest team in baseball. They're riding a hot streak coming into that series. And in that series, they did win 3 out of the 4 games, but they didn't cover the run line in what, 3 of them, and they lost this one outright. So this one had me pulling my hair out of my head. Now that we've stopped betting the Mariners, they've continued to go on their hot streak, winning 6 straight games. This team's very frustrating, and we'll be staying away from the Mariners in the foreseeable future, I guess. I mean, actually, I should second guess that, because right now we should jump back on them, considering they're on such a hot streak. They sweep Houston, of all things, but they can't handle the freaking Royals. It's just, some of these games will have you pulling your hair. MLB will have you pulling your hair out of your head if you're watching it, a whole game straight through, especially a game like that where you've completely checked out, where Gilbert was horrible in that game. The Mariners look completely done, and they storm back and take the lead, and all we have to get is 3 freaking outs, and we can't get the job done.
Yeah, in a month of bright spots, that one was infuriating. And by the way, the Royals are apparently the run line machine. Like they lose, but they cover. They lose by they lose by 1 run.
Yeah.
So they're just a tough team to bet.
Of course, our old friend Bobby Witt Jr. was heavily involved in that comeback as well. He had a huge game that night, I remember.
Bobby Witt, I think he has access to my accounts, and he sees when I bet against the Royals, and he's like, time for a couple home runs tonight. So.
Another guy we just couldn't get out was the leadoff guy, Garcia. We just couldn't get him out either the entire series. It was just a frustrating series during a frustrating time, but that was our down spot in the MLB. We were hot before that, and we've picked up right after that series with another hot streak, so gotta be happy about that.
I'll throw Tommy Fleetwood as an honorable mention, who bogeyed the last 2 holes of his round yesterday to lose the bet by a shot.
Yeah, that's
jerk. Oh well. I mean, listen, it's hard to be mad about the last couple weeks. Best bet of the week. We had to narrow this down. Shout out to the lacrosse department, 2-0 plus money. I mean, just the first bet that we cashed. It was a goal prop. And he had a guy to score a goal, and he scored the first goal of the game. It was first period. Beautiful. Plus money, cash, easy. Then he gets the other one. So lacrosse was great this weekend. And then Corbin comes through in the clutch. The Women's World Cup, the total 175.5 total cards, and I have the final total 126 cards. The under hit by 50.
He nailed that one. I saw that. He nailed that one. That was a great call.
Yeah, so shout out to Corbin. That was one of the bets of the year, was the Women's World Cup under 175.5 total cards. Cash is the 5% play. Big chunk of the bankroll profits go to that one. So that was huge. That was awesome. So, all right. I'm going to go into a viewer question here real quick, because this affects the bankroll. How do I factor future bets into my spreadsheet? Okay, great question. So I will go here and pull up the spreadsheet. Okay, so when you're calculating the spreadsheet, let's say that we have a bank account that has $1,000 in it, okay? And you have 2 futures that you want to bet. Let's say you have the Jets to win the division and the Ravens to win the division. We'll just throw those out there. Those are not official plays. So let's say you put $100 on the Jets and $100 on the Ravens. So now you have $800 free in your account, but you have 2 pending plays that are at $100. Take whatever you bet on those and whatever's pending and just add it to the bankroll. So you still have $1,000 in that account. You have $800 and then you have $200 that is pending. But until those bets are settled, just use the pending money as part of your bankroll. And at the end of the season, when those bets cash, just take the amount will go into your bankroll, and then you're just going to update the total bankroll at the end of the season. So, for example, the Women's World Cup, that was a month ago. So the units that we bet on that were different than what the unit size is this week. So the total just goes into the kitty, goes into your bank account and or your sportsbook account, and then you just put the total amount in all of your sports books here in column D. So what I do is throughout the season, whatever is pending, include that as part of your bankroll. Don't take the potential winnings and add it in there. Or don't subtract them out. Just take what is actually pending and include those as part of your bankroll total, because it's still part of your bankroll. It just is kind of stuck in the pendings. So if you have any other questions about that, please put a question in the comment section. So that question came from Mike Forrest 8405. Great question. So I also wanted to give a little shout out here. I know this is a little weird. You're seeing us and you're seeing us. Shout out to Drake if you can see this. Drake left this comment. Great week for me. I started this journey on July 1st, 7 weeks in, and I'm rolling. Started with 1,600. I'm up to a little over 2,900, which I should be at on November 18th. Great run. So, Drake, you're off and running. You got a little money to play with. If you've been on fire with your own bets, remember, regression could be coming. You're not gonna win every single bet. It's the same with us, and that's what we're looking for. Is this week we're going to monitor very, very carefully because we've been on fire in August. We want to make sure we don't hit a losing streak or we don't go cold coming off a hot streak. So make sure you're monitoring your bets. Make sure you're really practicing discipline because you've got money to play with. You're ahead of schedule. So make sure you protect those units. But great job from Drake Dimes, whose bankroll is doing really good. So leave us a comment. Let us know how Road to Millions is going for you. Let us know how your bankroll is doing. Let us know if you like any of our plays or if you don't like them. Just leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, let's get to the streak of the day. Actually, let's do a quick little. We talked about the lesson of the week yesterday. Let's just recap it real quick. Betting when you're sick. This happened to me last week. I had the allergic reaction to medication, and we talked about it yesterday. Just when you're sick, don't put any bets in, especially if you're on medicine. You're not going to be in the right mindset. Just lay off. So we are at a really big advantage where if one of us is not feeling good, we have other guys that are part of our team that can put in plays and do the research. But when you're not feeling good, it's a bad idea. Greg asked, what about if you're really hungover? Yes, I think that
qualifies.
That counts.
That it ties in with the drunk bet, drunk / hungover sick betting, which should just be like a combo category right there.
Yes, the rules. It falls into the no drunk betting. I can put the no drunk / sick betting in there. Actually, we can do that. Just there. No drunk / sick betting. So
that includes hangovers.
That's the lesson of the week. So all right, let's do the streak of the day. Steve, we're looking at Matt Olson here. We got his over hits, runs, RBIs. It's 1.5. It's at -150. Looks good on paper, but we did not pull the trigger. Why not?
Well, he's over this total in 8 of his last 11 games, and he's got a great matchup. Yeah, he's facing Peterson, who he's 3 for 11 against, with all 3 of those hits being home runs. He's tied with Ohtani for the major league lead in home runs with 43, and he's facing a left-handed pitcher. And as a left-handed hitter, he actually does really well against left-handed pitching. And he might get some shots against the Mets bullpen late in the game as well. What we don't like about this here is the price tag on it, the -150. It's really juicy. Obviously, you still get it at 1.5, which is huge for us. But the -150 price tag, we just can't risk it. If he has a cold night tonight and doesn't get over this, it would just hit us too hard with this juice.
All right, juice is scaring us off of this play. So Matt Olson, worth a look, but in the end, it did not make our card. And I promised you guys, we have a promo code, Andy30. It gets you 30 days for $159. It's a really nice discount. Year to date, we're up 91 units. In August, 28 units alone. So we've been seeing it really well. And now we're getting into that. You get this 30-day pass, and you're going to start getting our week 1 and week 2 football plays. So there will definitely be 5% plays coming. I don't think we've had any 5% plays in August. Kind of a not a month with a lot of sports that we're firing away 5% plays. We're just grinding away and grabbing those units on the daily sports and UFC. But once NFL starts, we were 21-9 in 5% plays in the NFL. So we are looking forward to picking right back up where we left off. So if you want to jump on board, there's no better time. You can use the promo code Andy30. It gets you 30 days for $159 on checkout. Like I said, 91 units this year. I would love to be over 100 units by the end of August. We got 9 days left, so I think we can
do it.
We can do it. So August, 28 units already. So Just use the promo code Andy30, 30 days for 159. And if you guys have any questions about the Road to Millions, please reach out to me on Twitter. You can DM me. I'm at Bump Sports. You can leave a comment below if you have any questions, and we can schedule time to talk. Or if you just want to go to the original Road to Millions video on June 26th, it's on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. So this was a great show, Steve. A real busy. Bankroll Reset Day is always going to be on Monday from now on. So Monday shows, we expect to have a lot going on. I don't think we're going to have a show tomorrow. We normally take Tuesdays off, so hopefully we will be back on Wednesday. Get everyone ready for the rest of the week. Good luck on all your bets today. All plays can be found at WagerTalk.com. We have MLB, NFL preseason, and UFC pack up right now. Good luck on all your bets, and we will see everyone next time on the Road to Millions.
Good luck tonight.